Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome back to the Shadows of Sorcery Streams, Session 67, The Darkness of Nekrinir. Joining us today, we have a full party, a wonderful collection of, shall we say, intrepid adventurers.
The masses.
Risking life, limb, and possibly their skeleton in this upcoming session, it's Darren Moran, as played by Lion. About to risk further trauma, it is Arcus, the librarian, as played by Zarian.
It's wizard time, motherfucker! Fireball!
You're not even a wizard.
Close enough.
Look, it's the spirit of the wizard that lies within me.
The librarian is not a wizard, no. Wielding two swords and the destiny of multiple gods, likely in all likelihood, it is Prodigious Maximus, as played by Elfie. And last but not least, the most level-headed of our party, it is Ingvar Svan, as played by Lydia.
We are 2 sessions off the nice number.
I need to make it till then.
Who wants to do the recap?
We had a little Dune episode.
Yeah.
There were some eels. we harvested some obsidian from a Titan's weapon to make skis, which seems slightly wasteful, but you know, you do what you can with what you got. I saw my daughter and had an existential breakdown. I figured out a way of potentially editing the demonic contract that's currently cursing me. Potentially. We need a lawyer to look it over, probably. I went to the library and had another breakdown. We repaired the ski sled. Oh, also I saw a weird tower reader, and he was kind of ominous.
Yeah, that was a thing.
And then we made our way to Nekrinir.
Yeah. You all traversed the asphalt plains in the little dust runner skiff. You met a gully dwarf, a relatively rare species in Lake Brathen, but and admittedly one that's not particularly long-lived or smart, but in this instance, a relatively interesting gully dwarf figure. You trekked across the remaining sands of the asphalt dunes, fought a couple of dust eels that had spied your crossing and felt the heat and the tremors of your footsteps across the dunes, and eventually made it to the city gates of Nekrinir. These towering, massive, gothic gates that, as you sort of approach this immense area, all these robed, carved figures staring down at you from the walls of the gate. It's a little ominous. The vibes you're getting are not particularly pleasant, is definitely one way to put it. As you all step through, and you notice, like, the gatehouses have, like, these little, like, slots in the side where you would have, like, a customs sort of check-in sort of situation for merchants, but they're empty. You look up at the walls, and you see, like, these gentle green glows of crystals that have been set into the tops of the walls, but you don't see any guards. as you step through into the city, it's surprisingly empty. The air feels dank and cold. There's this faint layer of mist and fog that slowly shifts across the ground, sort of gets slightly stronger and vanishes as you sort of walk through this area. You enter into this large city. The first thing you really notice about this area, this place of civilization, realistically, is there's not much civilization. In fact, it looks as if the city has been abandoned. You spy the occasional, sliver of light that's coming out from, a crack between some shutters. But you also look around and you notice that there's burned out buildings, massive damaged areas. You see a couple of shops that have completely fallen to ruin. You see roofs that have caved in. And, there's so few people around. The few people that you see are hunched over, sallow-faced, darting. You don't see any form of commerce in this city. And you were told by someone who was also traveling here that the city was due to have a celebration of some sort in the near future, but it looks like, it looks dead. Dead in the way that only, a massive point of civilization can look after it's been abandoned for maybe decades. Yeah.
Can I please, just for the vibes, do divine sense on this whole place?
What is the range of divine sense?
I don't know. A spell list. No, it wouldn't be under spell list, would it? It would be under features and traits. You can open your
60 feet.
awareness.
60 feet. Okay. As I've stated in the past, Okay. So since you are using Divine Sense on this, and because I'm looking at the wording of this class feature, and this will give you a little bit more information than you might have been expecting. So, Divine Sense, you can sense the presence of undead celestials or fiends. You are at the gate, so it's not strong. But from somewhere in the city, you can definitely sense fiendish energy. It's demonic energy is definitely present in the city. And that's not necessarily an abnormal thing. A lot of cities have, demonic presences in them, just like they have celestial presences in them, from, the varying creatures that just generally live in those cities. But in this case, the demonic presence far outweighs any sort of celestial presence, to the point where you can't feel any celestial presence in this city at all. With one small exception. You can sense very faintly from far in the distance, long beyond the range of your like class feature, but it's something that is definitely potent enough to sort of call out to you. There is some sort of celestial presence out in the distance somewhere, inside the city, as far as you can tell. You can also sense, and this is according to spell mechanics. You also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated. There, with many cities, there are consecrated grounds, right? Like churches, temples, all of that sort of thing. You'll find a few like different places and like parts of the city that will be consecrated because of the fact that it's a city, it's a major population hub. There will be like consecrated grounds. You can only sense one consecrated area in this city, and a lot of desecrated areas.
Question: what is desecrated? Because consecrated,
corrupted.
Okay.
The consequence of a consecrated area that has been deconsecrated in a violent and malicious and like with malicious intent. That is what a desecrated area would be.
Vibes are not good here, friend.
So yeah, that's kind of what you sense as you sort of step into the city. I will say, I'll give you this for free because it's not a difficult thing to spot. The only consecrated area. No, it would be kind of like you can sense a consecrated area. It's somewhere off in the city. You don't know where. The celestial area that, like, the celestial sort of energy that you're sensing is coming from somewhere to the sort of, like, southeast-ish. And you can see the compass in the corner.
Yeah, that was me squinting at my compass.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Lads, the vibes here are pretty fucking evil.
I'll say I'm monochrome.
I was gonna say I can feel the creeps up the spine.
Sorry, I'm quickly readjusting where north is on the compass. So it would, you would be looking somewhere to the southwest, not to the southeast.
Wow.
Well, sort of
I think the magnetic pole's just shifted.
Just to give you accurate directions for like future stuff. Yeah, you all enter into like this area, and you immediately feel like chills down your spine. But yeah, you have arrived in the city of Nekrinir.
This is not a holy place.
I'll give that away. The architecture. Architecture.
Alright.
My god, it's pure brutalism.
Yeah. I know this is a first for me, guys. But I think we should proceed with caution.
Who are you and what you done with Prod?
I don't like the
I know-
vibes here.
I know why we came here. What exactly was our plan when we got here? Where
We had a plan.
do we just look around until like something weird and evil pops out of the drains or something? What?
What's our plan?
We need to
Oh
find.
yeah, we just wait for
Pablo's-
Pennywise.
We came here because we kept having nightmare dreams, and how does anyone have an idea how we actually find the nightmare woman?
I've got a pretty good idea. We need to find someone with divination magic because, and I pull the severed hand out of my bag. We can use this to
right.
find her.
Ah, yes,
Right,
just have
yeah.
the hand
I
pointed.
put the severed hand back into the bag.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think a severed hand's going to stick out that much in this town. I'll be honest.
I don't know if there's like an inn for us to stay in here.
That probably would be the first place to start here, I guess, wouldn't it? Find lodging. I don't think we want to be on the streets when night comes.
Trying to find the least evil inn in the area.
Okay.
Can we do perception or maybe survival to find the least evil place to stay?
I will.
I mean, I
allow
physically
survival.
can't roll lower than 21 on investigation.
I will. Well, investigation and survival are two very different things. But if you want to find the most survivable inn in the area, then yeah, sure, I'll allow survival.
Who's got the highest?
Not me.
Who's got the highest survival?
I have a +2 to survival.
I've got 0.
I've got a +3. What is my... Jesus.
I think 3 is the highest. I'm going to roll investigation to find any inn that isn't
Yeah.
obviously a murder house.
I'll also give you some fucking guidance for it.
I forget what does guidance do.
1d4 plus to whatever you roll.
It's probably not going to be necessary, but nonetheless.
Might as well.
Yeah, it's not nothing. Okay.
Least likely to get murdered.
And it's a 22 plus...
A 2 that's sliding around.
Any day now,
having, having a fun time. apparently.
24.
We're on a little ride.
It was ice
That's a
skating
great
for a little
start.
bit.
We've been here 5 minutes and the dice are already possessed.
The dice is
Right, don't worry
haunted.
about it.
Desecrated ground.
So there are a couple of inns in town, but it's kind of a challenge to find any that are actually open. Like as you're sort of like walking through town, you walk up to you're about to like knock on an inn, like on the door to a tavern or an inn, and then you hear a sudden as like the back door shuts and you knock and there's no answer. As if someone sprinted out of there as fast as they could. This happens like once or twice. There's a couple of places that are just completely shuttered up, like with planks across the front of the door. You see a couple of places as well that have large white X's painted across the doors. Eventually you narrow it down to 2 places. There's one inn on the main road that seems to be open, though you don't see anybody, like there's no bartender or anything. There's no patron. There's no host. And there's another inn that's like further up the road, just past the central square, that has a large sort of... It's very large and very grand and very well appointed. However, before you do any of that, I need to know something. As you guys walk through this city, are you trying to be stealthy about it, or are you just like going?
Stealth.
I feel like we're trying to be cautious from our previous intent, right? We're trying to.
Okay.
We clearly know this place.
I'm
is
not
bad intent.
actively drawing attention to myself as best I can, given I'm running
In that
investigation.
case, I would like all of you to roll me a group stealth check, please.
Yay.
I have advantage
Metallic
on
dragon
stealth.
lord. The light
I have
itself is my limit.
advantage on stealth.
Yeet. Oh, where the hell is that dice going? Jeez.
Nice, I got nat 20, 22.
Nice.
I think I got a 20. Hang on, let me check in the chat. What the fuck is the chat?
Top right.
Let's see. You got a 20 LP. Lying rolled an 18. Zarian got a 22, and Lydia rolled a 19 plus unknown because they're not rolling through
20,
the character sheet.
24.
24. Okay. I mean, you all got... Almost all of you got above a 20. So, you feel pretty conscious as you're all walking through the city of, you haven't made the fact that you're mercenaries obvious. You're relatively, you've kept your cloaks relatively around you, relatively dark and keeping to various shadows and ducking between the occasional alleyway. You do see a form of city watch, as far as you can see. Groups of, men and women that are wearing similar armaments and carrying varying weapons, who don't necessarily bother you, and they don't really take note of the fact that you're there. But they are they're making their presence known, but they don't really notice you going around, as far as you can tell.
Rod's gonna make a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
We should go to one of the boarded up, abandoned places and squat there.
Okay.
Maybe not the ones with a giant X on the door. That feels cursed.
You know,
This is
that's
hard.
probably plague or something, right?
Counterpoint, last place anyone will look for us.
Okay, if they come looking for us in the non-X'd out one, we can go to the X'd out one. But I prefer to... I feel like something devilish is happening in there. Actually, something devilish is happening everywhere here. Especially in that direction-ish.
Okay. So you guys are going to look for an abandoned building to sort of make camp in. Is
Yes.
that
Yeah,
kind of
apparently.
the
Something
idea?
that's got boarded up doors, that it looks like someone's just gone, I need to be out of the city for a while, I'm just going to board up everything and then GTFO. But nothing that looks like someone was in there and died.
Okay. Well, as you guys are sort of walking through the city, and I will bring you into sort of the city center-ish as I sort of talk about this. You guys, as I said, you see these varying sort of figures walking around with armaments and stuff. You all walk into the city center and you see, imposing over the top of, everything in this sort of area is this massive skeleton of a... Yeah, somebody give me a sort of history or nature check, one of the two.
Did I do a history check? I'm pretty good with history.
Sure.
I'm +6 on both.
Okay.
I'm plus 11 on history.
Never mind, I'm -1.
Jesus. I'm +1.
Give me a history check. If you want to help outline, you can help.
Could
you
a-
can give
could
it
a
a-
religion
Yeah,
check
I'll
do
assist.
I'll
Yeah,
allow you to do a
advantage.
religion check if you like.
Yay, I've got a +7 on religion.
I will assist with the history.
So this gives advantage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you've already rolled religion.
Well, you can roll.
Alright.
They will give you different information
Oh,
depending
okay,
on what
yeah.
you roll. Okay.
So that's
That's
what?
an 18.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, I rolled bad. I rolled a 7 and a 2.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay. So, Elfie, let's start with your religion first,
Got 11.
because it's the lower
I think it's
roll.
got bones.
Dragons are
Dragon.
an interesting situation on the continent of Bracken. One of the things that you know, especially from traveling with Darren, who has occasionally imparted these little bits of information, is that the first dragons were created by the gods. Now, this doesn't look like a first dragon, considering some of the myths about those first dragons is they were literally the size of mountains, sort of thing. This looks like a descendant of those first dragons. And you sort of... You're looking at this and you're thinking to yourself, well, if dragons are like made by the gods, then why has one been mounted in the city square? Especially one that looks so old. And you, Arcus, you look at this and, like, you remember, like, but you don't necessarily remember, but you know sort of when this dragon skeleton was mounted here. And it was about 970 years ago, before the second cataclysm. This dragon is ancient beyond belief, or at least its bones are. When it was slain, because it was slain, and it was slain because one of the descendants of dragons, it had become greedy, it had taken a liking to Nekrinir's wealth, and decided to basically settle as, like, just terrorizing the city. And a group of adventurers had come along and killed it, and the skeleton had been mounted in the city center as, like, a warning to other dragons who might try to do the same thing. When this dragon was slain, it was about 300 years old. So it was an adult dragon. You do not know if you can remember the name of this dragon. What you do notice is that inscribed on, like, the pillars that sort of mark their way up and then back down from the dragon are names. And as you're sort of, like, analyzing these, like, inscribed pillars, you realize that these are the names of, like, obviously, like, hundreds of years old now, but these are the names of the dragon's original victims. This isn't just a celebratory thing, it is also a memorial. It's like, yes, we killed this dragon because it was terrorizing our city, but also, these are all of the people that died before that could happen. And they're all inscribed on the various pillars that are around this area. And as you enter this sort of area, you notice that there's a lot of debris across the ground. There's a couple of smashed market stalls. There's a few market stalls that are still up and, like, running, or at least that have maybe been left unattended. But a lot of the area is just kind of broken. Like, a lot of the area around here is kind of smashed. There's another couple of burnt out buildings. The streets, you also notice, are really gritty. Like, there's all the cobblestones are caked in mud. It doesn't look like anything's been really cleaned in a long time.
Do I get the sense people around here are maybe not that kind towards dragons? And maybe wouldn't enjoy seeing me walking around?
Give me an insight check.
Oh, goody. Yep. I say 16.
Okay. You don't think that people would necessarily be annoyed at you. Like, this was a couple, like, almost 1,000 years ago now. Mentalities have changed. A dragonborn and a dragon are two very different things. And a lot of dragonborn kind of distance themselves from dragons in general, just because of like the way dragons are viewed and revered, and the way Dragonborn don't really want to be associated with that sort of thing sometimes. You don't think that you would be like... You don't think that someone will like slam a door in your face just because you're a dragon. They might slam a door in your face just because they're rude, but not because of your like nature of your species, essentially.
Okay, that's some comfort, I suppose.
Can I ask something about the history of this place that's relevant? So you said this was 900 years ago almost, or like longer ago, that this dragon got mounted, right?
Yeah.
How has the city kind of changed since then in recorded text? Was it just like a village when that happened, or was it like a proper established city? Has it expanded significantly since then?
From recorded text and from the memories that you have of visiting Nekrinir, like, at like that sort of point in time, well, not necessarily that sort of point in time, but a little bit after, you look around and you think to yourself, well, it's definitely changed. A lot of the burned out buildings that you see are a lot older than most of the sort of ramshackle thatched roof houses that you see now. The city walls, you know, were under construction when you last visited. So those are a good 900 years old at this point. The layout of the streets seems similar, but at the same time you're noticing extra branching pathways that go through ruins and stuff. And you're also seeing, like, peeking up over the rooftops of these buildings, you see these ramshackle watchtowers that have, like, little flames, and you can kind of see in the distance figures moving around inside the like, upper levels of these watchtowers. So it's definitely changed, and not for the better, but it seemed to be on the uptick when you last visited. So it's definitely like, it went up and then something happened and it just fell off a cliff.
So it's like barely kind of expanded since I last saw it, and something presumably is kind of halting this city from thriving then.
Well, it's not that it's barely expanded, it's that the walls that were built have kind of not necessarily stilted the city's growth, but they've made a boundary, and then something's happened on the inside of the city which has devastated it, and it hasn't really recovered. As far as you can tell, anyway.
Right.
Some sort
I guess we should
thing.
probably learn what that is before we make any more moves aside from just setting up base camp, because it could be anything from like a creature to a plague to really anything, or something to do with the Carnifex.
I think it's absolutely something to do with the Carnifex. Or maybe, the A word. Are we allowed to say his name here?
I mean, he's not.
Hey man.
He's not a villain from a subpar children's book series.
Well,
I think I'm not allowed to mention it because it might summon him, but I'm fairly certain you are.
okay. Well, Modi boy.
Modus.
Modus.
Aussie.
Modus
No, you can't. That's a little too early for that line. He only died the other day.
Wow. Yesterday.
For context, Asmodeus appears in Hell of a Boss and he's literally called Aussie.
Yes. Also for context,
Totally unrelated to
the
the
day
other
that
bit.
we're streaming this, Ozzy Osbourne died a few days ago, and it's very sad. But also, like, you know, at least he died doing what he loved. You know,
What did he die doing?
he had a massive funeral concert.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And he said that he could, like, feel the end coming, so, like, 2 days before he died, he had this massive funeral concert, and he was, like, sitting on this massive gothic throne on stage. So, you know, died doing what he loved.
Good way to go.
Just be like, yeah, I think I'm about to die. Just throw a funeral.
Let's party.
Yeah, I'm about to die. Let's party. Which, you know, was fair enough. Anyway.
But, you know, solid.
Anyway, back to D&D.
Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you can sort of tell that this city has not just been through one rough. There's been multiple issues that have happened over the years that have led to this situation, essentially.
Is there a building nearby that looks in shambles, mostly?
That doesn't
I
look
admit-
plagued. Can we
Ideally
have
unbeplagued, yes. A
Unbeplagued.
building without a white cross.
You guys spot sort of like, it looks like there's kind of like a shop or like storage house that has like the lower doors are locked and like not necessarily boarded up, but they've definitely been like locked up tight. But you do like, you sort of cross around to the back of the building, and like that's a town guard, by the way. If
Okay.
like you want to,
I mean, if anybody's gonna know something.
well, if you want to approach the town guard of Nekrinir, who look like kind of rough
do
and
that,
ready,
motherfucker?
then yeah, sure. But like, and what I was saying earlier, up here, you kind of like, you sort of look like jiggle a lock and you find a door that's partially like, the windows are boarded up, but then you like crack the door open and the key, the lock's rusted a little bit. It doesn't look like anyone's been here in a couple of years. And you sort of manage to open that up. And like there's a sconce on the wall, and like a fireplace that isn't lit at the moment, but that you could probably get lit relatively quickly if you want.
Let's get lit. No,
Yeah, it's kind
Can
of,
we
it's a little
check-
bit out of the way, but it doesn't look like anybody's really lived here in a while. You are a little bit like, it's a little confusing because like as you step in, you notice that like the house has been like blocked up from the outside, but there is like the remnants of a meal on like the table and a couple of half-empty glasses. If maybe someone left in a hurry or something.
I'm gonna have a search around, see if I can find any explanation for why they might have left.
Split up and look for clues, gang.
Roll me an investigation.
26.
26. Okay. You look around and you can tell that there was at least like a couple living here. Maybe a couple and their kids. There's a couple of beds upstairs. One of them's unmade. There's like varying like grains and stuff that have been stored on a shelf that seem to be slowly going moldy. It looks like whoever lived here a good maybe 6 to 8 months ago at this point. It doesn't look like they left by force. There's no broken furniture or anything. But it also doesn't look like... It looks like they left in a hurry. And like you look around and like you see clothing and stuff. There's like boxes that are maybe half packed with like shipping stuff for like a business or something that have just been left half packed. Yeah, it looks like whoever left in a hurry. They weren't forced to leave as far as you can tell, but also they're not here now.
Can I check to make sure it's safe? Like there's
I
any...
mean, I wouldn't go eating the grain, but rest of this place looks above board.
It looks relatively safe. It doesn't look like
It
doesn't
looks
look like-
about as safe as the rest of town does right now.
yeah. It doesn't look like someone left traps everywhere. But also, like, there's nobody living here at the moment, and it looks like it hasn't been inhabited for a very long time.
I mean, I was just trying to wonder why he's got permanent goosebumps at the minute.
Oh.
Can I do another vibe check, please?
I like how you say this while holding a stick of incense. It's like, sure. Well, hold on, because
Begone, spirits, spirits, begone.
are you going to use divine sense again?
Yeah, divine sense.
Because there is a limit to how many times you can use divine sense in like a day.
I can use it twice a day because
Oh.
it's 1 plus my charisma modifier.
Yes.
Your
And
charisma modifier is 1?
No, actually, I can use it 3 times a day. I
Okay.
just didn't look at my charisma modifier.
Okay.
Expect me
yeah.
to know things.
Yeah, you can do another divine sense, and like you definitely get undead and fiendish energy from this city, as I said before. There's a few like bits and pieces of undead magic here and there, and necromantic magic, again, not necessarily unusual for a big city, but the amounts here are definitely more than you would normally expect. Is there anything specific that you're trying to gain from this divine sense?
I'm trying to understand if they left due to a demon being here,
Okay.
or like a devil being here, or maybe something coming out the ground that was made of evil. I don't know.
You... Okay. You don't think that the people here left due to a demonic incursion of some kind. But at the same time, the people here left so long ago that it would be very difficult to determine why they left in the first place, essentially. Like, it's like walking into a deserted western town. There's nobody around to ask. Well, there are people around to ask, but it's like maybe things just got bad and people decided they needed to up and leave. Maybe that's just it happened, and there's not much that you can really do about it anymore. Like, something went so bad that the city kind of failed, and everyone decided, well, got up in time, we moved on.
Waves the incense magnet vigorously.
What do I see with my magic vision since we've entered this town?
Am I seeing anything?
Oh, that's a good point.
There's definitely magic in the city. There's whenever you enter a city, again, it's like large metropolitan areas usually have a bunch of like a mix of basically everything. There's usually like subtle magical energies that sort of fluctuate across the cities and stuff. In this instance, however, there is a lot less magical energy just spread out, and a lot more magical energy concentrated into various places. Like, you can see that sort of spike of magic here and there, like in the distance, basically. But there's a lot less of that ambient magical energy. And that may be due to the proximity of the city to the Ashfold Wastes, or it may be something else. You're not certain. You can still, to a certain degree, because the Ashfold is so close, you can still feel that sort of gentle sap of your magical energy. It's not enough to impact you, but it is there.
Are there any, like, specific spike points of necromancy magic? Because I can see the school
So
with mine.
you can see the School of Magic. There's definitely a large spike of necromancy magic to the north. There's a smaller spike of necromancy magic to the south. I don't think you would be able to detect prepared spells with this.
No, it's just actively cast or, like, recently cast normally.
Yeah. So there's a large spike to the north, there's a smaller spike to the south of necromantic magic. And you do see, like, small, like, little spikes peppered out around the city, but, like, they're negligible in comparison to those two.
Yeah, the kind of intent with that is kind of like, okay, Baroness One Arm is a necromancer, presumably, from what we've seen from her so far. She's probably got, like, a whole lot of nasty spells going on. I wonder if, like, I could kind of see that if I got to a high enough vantage point. Because obviously I'm also limited by my foolish eyes, my fleshy eyes and their distance.
I mean, as I said, there are a couple of, like, ramshackle watchtowers about the place. They do have people up them, and they probably wouldn't let you up them, but those do exist.
Eldritch Blast.
Can't just keep pushing people off watchtowers with Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna stop the entire retiree population. You know how much they bring in
Incredible.
Can Prod just quickly consecrate the area that they are on? So make prayers to Callist and sort of like...
Okay. So consecration is... It's not just an action that you can do. A consecration needs to be using the hallowed spell. Like, there is an actual spell mechanic for this.
Oh, okay.
If I will allow you to attempt a religion check to not necessarily consecrate an area, because that, without using the hallowed spell, that takes time to do. But I will allow you to kind of purify an area if you make a specific religion check. Like if you hit a high DC on it. And that DC is going to be a DC 20, just to let you know in advance. This area is fucked in terms of religion, so it's going to be quite difficult to do. So if you want to try it, it will be a DC 20.
Can I help out with a ritual cast to purify food and water on the bread, just to reduce the evil in the room from pestilence?
I don't think the bread's possessed somehow.
Will allow that. It is a form of cleansing, so I will allow that, yeah.
Yay. I prepare my magics over the bread and water of the room.
Like, cheers. You got any more of your guidance?
Yeah. There you go.
You can either do guidance or you can assist.
I think I'll give advantage with this.
Yeah.
Presumably this counts as like the help action, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the help action, so I now do it with advantage. Fab.
You're right there.
Okay. You sort of take a moment to, like, you sit down cross-legged in the middle of the room, put your hands, like, sort of steeple your hands together, and sort of whisper this little prayer to Callist. And it takes a good, like, 20 minutes, but suddenly all of you, like, feel the area, or this sort of... You didn't realize it at first when you entered the city, but this sort of heavy atmosphere that has been sort of slowly drowning your lungs a little bit lifts in this building, this sort of small area that you have consecrated. Not necessarily consecrated for long. It's not going to last as long as a hallowed spell or doing this over a longer period of time. But you'll maybe get like an hour of consecration in this area before like the surrounding like suffusion just pours back into this space.
Okay. Does anyone need to pee? I feel like
there's a bathroom in here.
There's a chamber pot.
just like body checks before we go.
Alright, let's just do the communal chamber pot pissing, guys.
Yep.
How about now?
I take
well,
no
I'm-
part in
I'm
this.
good.
You can piss outside on the evil ground. I'm gonna piss
Yeah, I
outside.
feel like we're not going to make the ground outside much more dirty by pissing on it. I'm going to be honest with you. There is no sewer function in this city from what I've seen so far.
Just over the banister, left at the door, it'll be fine. We're not likely to hit anybody.
Okay. But just so we can breathe easy, alright.
Okay.
What should we do? Like, let's talk about the fucking plan for a minute.
I would like Darren, because you have the alert feat, I would like you to roll me a perception check.
God.
Oh dear. That's not one of
That
my
alert
good
feat really
ones.
comes in handy for you, doesn't it?
Really does. Really does.
We do. Is it because it's hallowed? It's because we made it happy.
No. You don't. None. Okay, so because you rolled that low, Darren, none of you hear this until you start to feel it. There's a sudden. As something walks past the building you're standing in, and then disappears further into the city.
Max.
Did you catch a glimpse from one of the windows, or no?
Darren would have been able to, but they rolled piss poor on their perception, so no.
Let's not be seen when that thing's around.
That
Whatever
sounds
that
like
was,
some kind
I'm
of
not
enforcer.
No, Miko's in my apple juice.
No, I don't want to be in the apple juice, no.
God.
Good lord.
Just suck the apple juice right back out of her.
Oh God.
The apple flavored Miku.
Apple flavored Miku. Lovely.
I think
Yummy
it's fair.
microplastics.
Okay, quick question for those of us here that are a bit more divinely inspired than me. Is there a chance anything can detect that we've consecrated-ish this room?
If it
I
was
will-
flying,
Quickly, before that, Arcus, as like that like lesser necromantic energy that you were feeling from the south, yeah, that moved. As like that, you heard that
Oh,
like
boy.
thumping sound moved to the north, and now those two sort of necromantic energy beacons are kind of close together.
Yeah, that whatever the big necromancy or the little necromancy I was sensing, that moved at the same time as we heard those big noises. So I don't want to
there's-
say flesh golem, but
There's something big and probably undead, is what you're telling me.
almost
You think it
definitely.
might be worth covering the windows with the bed sheets?
I have
no,
some
then
privacy,
the
of course.
house is different. Let's just stay away from the windows.
I mean, the windows are already boarded up, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I've got an idea actually. Prestidigitation. I dirty the windows even more so they can't be seen in.
I mean, there's no glass. It's literally just wooden boards across an open window. Like,
What's the climate like around here? Is it chilly in here?
it's not. It's not chilly, but it does feel like it's brisk.
We probably want to keep those blankets. At least for those of us that still have skin.
Yeah, and I don't think it's worth the risk of starting the fire base up.
Alright.
Yeah, if they don't notice
Also
the
see the
consecration,
smoke.
they will definitely notice the smoke.
Okay, well, plan for tracking down the Baroness. My idea is find someone with divination magic, fortune teller, some kind of priest, you know.
Do I, in my studies of, like, transmutation, did I ever catch a wisp of, like, who, the kind of people who tend to know divination stuff?
Oh wait, I have a feat for this.
Hmm?
I have the
A feat for this?
researcher feat.
Okay.
When you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you don't know that information, you often know where to find it or obtain it. So I know what
That's just
place
having
to
a
find-
memory, isn't it?
Yeah, but basically what it allows me to do is, like, I would know, basically, who would know divination magic, most likely. Or where to
Would
find that
also like to try
information.
and figure that out, though.
There is one place in the city of Nekrinir that you think you might be able to find information on divination. And the only reason you know about this is because, like, you visited so long ago. And I can tell you now that you probably don't want to go there. And that is the Cathedral to Metano on the peak of Nekrinir's city. And you kind of saw this in the distance when you first arrived in the city. This massive, semi-deconstructed building where all of these sections of the city were just, or not the city, but where all of these sections of this cathedral were floating in space around it. And for those that would like a more concrete view, let me quickly head... Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I selected Prod's Mini by mistake. Whoopsie. This is what the Cathedral to Metano looks like in this world for everyone who is curious on stream. And you guys can, like, take a look at that as well if you like, to get a decent idea of what that building itself looks like.
Ah, so this is how you inflate your viewership figures. Ooh. Yeah, that's a jumping puzzle and a half. I don't think we should go there.
You know what?
Yeah. And that is the one place where you are relatively certain you would be able to find books on divination. Or at least
Any, like-
some information on that sort of thing. You also know that anyone who enters the temple, the cathedral to Metano, generally doesn't come out sane.
It wouldn't be the first time I've entered a building and didn't come out sane, so...
Yeah, that's not actually the most surprising thing I've heard.
Are there any other temples around here? Like, maybe we can find someone to help with consecrating things.
I will say, Prod, the consecrated area that you felt is not the Temple of Metano.
Yeah, no, I figured.
It's like that area is way too big for the consecration area that you felt. Whatever you felt was very small.
Okay. I feel like we should find a divination person and also do a basic scout of the town, being very discreet, very stealthy. That's what I think is gonna happen. We need to find another person, any other person, who can give us a vibe check on what the fuck happened here, because the people in the next town over seem to think there's going to be a festival, and I feel like these guys have not had a festival.
Not in the next
years.
town over. Where you got that piece of information was from some of the passengers on the Dawn's Light.
On the Dawn's Light? Yeah, because they were
Were
coming
they the
here.
ones that were hypnotized or like enchanted, or are they the ones that were just normal insane?
You got that information from the bard.
Yeah. And we got it from loads of people, because the kink lady and her person were going over for the festival.
They weren't going over for a festival. They were going over for a funeral.
A funeral.
Yeah, like, shall we say, Pink Lady was transporting her grandfather's coffin.
Right, yeah. I'd blotted out that entire flight, but yeah.
Yeah.
Grandfather's coffin. What about the guy who was in there, who was her like husband or something, who wanted to?
Grandfather. He was her grandfather.
Wasn't he still alive?
No, very, very dead.
Okay, I've misremembered, but that's
There was
fine.
another guy in a different coffin who was very much alive, and that was the captain.
Well, you should stop putting people in coffins.
It's not my fault you can't.
I feel
remember
like
who
it's
I
no
put in
longer on me.
coffins.
I think it's on the DM. There were on that very small craft. There were several people in coffins.
Yeah. It's not my fault you can't remember how many people I keep putting in coffins. Who knows? Maybe one day it'll be you.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
I make no promises, but you know.
Miku's ear's just full of apple juice.
I love the weird things that people say on this D&D show.
Yeah, I guess I will take a shot at scouting stealthily. I can definitely do the
Okay.
scouting. I'm a little less certain about the stealthily, but I'll try.
Sure.
Can we like get a layout / map of the town by doing this scouting? Basically be like, where are the humans usually congregating? Where are the humans usually selling and buying? Where would the people that we met stay?
You know where people would usually be selling and buying, and that's the central square. Like, you saw a bunch of market stalls out there, but quite a few of them were destroyed or like just like scraps and tatters. There was one or two that had like good people standing at, but they were few and far between. They didn't seem to be selling much of anything because nobody was really buying much of anything either.
As an actor with the actor trait, would Prod be able to put on a convincing disguise of someone who was also very haggard and poor?
Yeah, I mean, it would be a performance check to like sort of put on that performance of like being a poor, haggard wastrel in the city, but you could definitely do that. You could try anyway.
That's a good point.
You would have to
Would
roll
someone
for it.
like to accompany me to pretend to be poor and see what these people are selling? I have some copper here.
Sure, great.
Do I do the stealthy scouting bit alone, or do I help with this?
We are not splitting up. We are in teams of 2. In this
I
town,
think splitting up in the city of Nekrinir would be a great idea, actually.
we're not even gonna piss alone. We piss as a group. We all go to the bathroom together. None of us
Piss
are gonna
together, we live together.
Ingvar, what are you doing?
Wondering how the hell we got to this situation.
You and
Okay,
me
well,
both. I think we're together.
Happening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do magical tinkering on my clothes to change the color to kind of like a dull brown instead of like this vibrant blue and silver lining that I've got, because I can impart a static visual effect on it.
Okay.
And then I would also like to use my change appearance feature.
All right.
Ooh.
So you all sort of set. Are you all setting yourself into disguises, or is it just Arcus and Prod?
I'm doing it because this fucking lady wants to kill me. If she even catches a glance of my face, I'm dead.
My plan is to be stealthy. If we're seen, we're already scabbers.
Yeah.
It's likely that I'm gonna be seen, so I'm disguising myself.
Okay.
I mean, Ingvar already looks like a walking traveler anyway.
Okay.
Ingvar, you don't need a disguise.
I guess he's probably the most normal-looking one of the bunch.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say.
No offense or
then.
anything.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Because you're each using different disciplines for this, I will need a... Shall we say a group masking check? But because you're all using different disciplines for this, I'm going to need a stealth check from Darren, a performance check from Prod, a persuasion check from Ingvar, and...
Oh, Christ.
I guess another performance check from the librarian, because they're kind of disguising themselves as well. And because of the active feat, you get advantage, probably.
Okay.
Oh
That's
dear.
just
Team
a
stealth is getting very hecked over, I think.
21.
21.
That's just a straight fall.
15.
I'm gonna reroll.
4 and...
I'm gonna use one of my luck points
You're
and
going to use
reroll
the luck
that.
point? Okay.
Come on, better than that, please. You've got to be shitting me.
I will say
What
you
did
just...
you roll?
You just rolled with advantage, and a luck point is only one roll, so if you could just redo that. Well, because-
Redo.
Yeah.
I believe.
Nope.
Okay. Do you want to go with the 15 on that one?
I think I
Elfie?
might go with 15 if that's
Yeah.
allowed.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean it. Yeah, you did have advantage, and you can go with the highest one.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's a 15, a 21, and then a 4 and a 8. Okay.
An extremely average.
We're all going to die.
I don't know. The DC for this was 15. So we've got 2 above and 2 below. So it's very average in this instance. I will say that you all kind of like distance yourselves from each other and you go off in like different directions trying to find out different things. So Prod, you and Ingvar and Arcus sort of like dress down a little bit. You like take some mud and smear it on parts of your face, a little bit of soot and charcoal, make yourself look like a worker sort of thing. This brawny, heavy worker in like a heavy cloak to cover the plate armor that you're wearing because you can't take it off. You guys walk out into like the square. And you like there's a few different merchant stalls that you guys sort of head to. It doesn't take you long to find a merchant that's actually willing to talk to you. Not because there's many merchants willing to talk to you, but because there's only like 2 2 merchants in the square, full stop. And only one of them is particularly willing to like talk to you guys. And it's this figure out the back here. This sort of relatively short, fox-eared, sort of grey fox figure, anthropomorphic grey fox figure that sort of watches as you all sort of like walk through the area and turns to you all and says, "Ah, new faces. Well, welcome, friends. What can the finest purveyor of general goods here in Nekrinir get for you today? A couple of copper for a new lantern, or a couple of strips of jerky, or maybe you need some new firewood for the fire. Please just buy something. We're running out of everything." And he sort of he looks broken.
No.
Does he just have kind of like general adventuring supplies?
He has general adventuring supplies as far as you're aware. Like that.
Do I
that's
see anything
sort of
special in
thing.
my magic vision?
That magic vision always comes back to bite
Yep.
you. He has one magic item on his person, and then there's like another one tucked away somewhere in his store. Do you think?
We're just traveling through. We need some supplies to keep going. We'll only be here for a day or maybe less.
I understand, and he looks around. You watch as like his ears twitch a little as he's like listening out, and he goes, "I understand. There are not many of us left here in Nekrinir, and if I were you, I would leave as quickly as possible."
Yeah. What happened? I thought this was a thriving town.
Maybe 25 years ago, yes, thriving, yes, but now, now we are floundering, drowning in the Baroness's ego. And he sort of looks around and he spots a set of guards that you see walking down the side of the square, and he goes, "Look, I'm not one to speak ill of the rulers of this city, of course. You know, it's very, the Baroness is wonderful. He provides the city with everything that it might need, and exacts a fair price in return." And you watch as the guards pass by and sort of walk around the corner and off further down the street. He goes, "She is bleeding the city dry. There is nothing left. We are scrounging for scraps. Taxes are immense, and every time a building burns down or plague strikes, there is no aid, only more her thugs to shake us down." And you watch as like another set of guards walk past the other way. It's like, her generosity knows no bounds. Of course, we appreciate everything she does for us. And the guards walk away. And again, he goes,
This bitch.
I'm trying to scrounge whatever I can together to leave, but there's nothing left." See this
How much
sad sort of.
would it take you to leave?
This couple of gold. And a way to get across the wastes, or I'd take a ship, but hardly any
There's a ship
ships
in
dock
port
here.
right now.
What? There
We
is?
just came on an airship, so it should be here right now.
Didn't you see it go overhead?
I mean, yes, but I mean, most ships that dock here don't stay for long, and well, if they do, they usually belong to the Baroness. And I'm not gonna risk trying to get passage on a ship that belongs to the Baroness, you see. And of course, then there's other, and then you hear, boom.
I go,
And you notice like this fox-like figure sort of ducks behind his stall and beckons for you all to sort of like duck behind the stall as well, and like you all sort of duck in, and you watch rolling down the north of the city this massive construct that sort of you see steam and vapor rise from around this giant metal figure that is slowly walking down this street
Elliot,
towards you. And you see the ground below it. You watch as like various bricks and stuff crunch beneath its feet as it moves through the city, and he sort of like he goes shh as it sort of walks past, and it takes a good like 10-15 minutes to walk around the square, and like it's massive. And you librarian, that source of necromantic energy, the lesser one, that's where that is coming from, as it then slowly disappears off down this street. And the sort of merchant goes, I need to get out of here. There's not many of us left in the city. I mean, some leave, some just vanish, die in fires and plague, and I just want to leave.
What if we could guarantee the ship that came in just now has none of the Baroness's influence on it currently?
can't guarantee that.
We came in there and we dispelled. I lost picked up wrong.
She could put more back.
I mean, if that's something you can do, I would. I mean, there's a few of us. It is not much, not even it. I guess you could call us the resistance of the city, but there's like 6 of us left, and there used to be more, but he sort of looks down at like his talons, his nails that are just caked in dirt, his ragged cloak, and like his fur that is just kind of matted, and his hands tremble as he kind of looks at himself.
I press like 10 copper into his hand because I didn't bring, like, I do have like gold on me, but I don't want him to know that I have gold on me. I go, hey, this has been a stressful day. If you're okay to close down your shop, you can come back with us and we can talk more about this, maybe a little more freely. We've requisitioned a house.
I mean, Not like I'm gonna be selling anything. It's not like I've sold anything for He sort of looks down at his hands and sort of counts out and kind of gives up. He looks just, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna escort this poor fox called
You didn't catch
Fox
his
Saint
name?
General. Okay, I go, what's your name?
Oh. I am Clivor.
Cliff.
Cliff.
Sure. If
Oh, fuck.
he looks
Oh, he's so
defeated.
pathetic.
He has. It looks like he has had some of the worst years of his life in this city, basically.
We take him back to the place that we've requisitioned. Hopefully the good vibes are still in there. And we share some of our rations with him.
Okay.
That's okay.
You all head back to the little. Oh, I've gotten Prod stuck on a spike.
Foreshadowing. A secret place.
You all head back into this like little room above this like storage like little storage warehouse. And yeah, he sort of like sits down in this chair, and you've only been gone for like 20 minutes, so there's still a bit of this consecration. He sits down and he sort of goes, "Oh, this feels so much easier to breathe here. Oh." You see some of that weight lift off his shoulders as he steps into this space of, like, consecration.
Okay. I am not the brains of the group. Can someone be the brains of the group and quiz this guy on what he means by resistance? And have
Sure.
smart questions. Because Alfie's not the brains of the group either. Someone figure out the good questions to ask this guy.
Just the pretty face you go on there.
Pretty face and Hatsune Miku, that's all I've got.
Let me see. Do we have somebody in the party who is familiar with covert operations, who has possibly spent a long portion of their life hiding something, who might know about how this should work and has a high intelligence score? Oh wait, that's me. I will
what
quiz.
do you want to ask?
I will quiz Cliff on how big is the resistance. How are they meeting? Are they communicating? Are they in cells? Is it one group?
I will say that he's already given you basically all the information he has, which is like there's 6 people, maybe a few more left in the city that he knows about, and they're all just as down on his luck as he is. There isn't much of a resistance at all. It's literally just a couple of people left who are trying to hang on for dear life. And then this...
Okay.
Like, he does tell you that there's a lot of guards and a lot of the people who survive in this city do so by the grace of the Baroness, which basically means they are employed by her. And that's it.
Made men, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
if they're trying to hang on, how have they been going about it so far?
Just surviving?
How what have they been doing as like a group to survive?
As far as, like, Cliff sort of... He just says, like, we have a couple of, like, underground, like, imports of occasion, but like most of the stuff that comes into the city comes through the Carnifex or the Baroness's Guard. And the Carnifex charges an extortionate rate for supplies, so a lot of people have like little bits and pieces that they scrounge together from empty buildings, like moldy grain and bits and pieces that have been left behind by other people. And like the only people that are really left in the city are either the people who will not leave, or the people who, for one reason or another, cannot leave, essentially.
You know the Baroness's intentions?
He sort of...
Or is she just a bitch?
Old Cliff's like... I mean... I don't know. The Baroness is reclusive. She rarely leaves her mansion.
And
When
that
she
is-
does...
Which direction?
He sort of points to the north. And sort of... He points, Arcus, you can tell now, to like that larger pyre of necromantic energy, basically.
Oh boy.
Of the like half dozen people in this resistance that you know about, what would you describe as their current greatest shortage? Is it food? Is it warmth? Is it medical supplies?
He sort of just shakes his head and goes, all of the above? Morale, I guess, if you want to add that in. As I said, it's not a big resistance. There's 6 of us. We can't
that-
do anything.
I'm presumably the 6 people isn't everybody in town, right?
I don't know. I mean,
No,
maybe-
like minus the Baroness, minus the guards, minus whatever that big thing was. Like, is there only 6 people otherwise left?
There may be more, but I haven't seen. I mean, it may just be 5 now. I haven't seen Virga in ages, and well, I don't know. There used to be a bigger resistance a couple of years ago, but one day the Baroness's men. Well, and he sort of points out, like, the window through the slats to one of these large buildings that's just sort of like a pile of, like, charred beams and sooty stone, essentially.
Okay.
Okay, Cliff. I don't know if you how you can get in contact with your friends, but if you can get them all into this building, we will try and at least keep you warm and fed tonight. I am going to see what I can do to help you all. We need to find out how many people are left in the city. We need to find out ways to hinder the Baroness's operations and help your survival. And we are probably going to end up fighting the Baroness at some point in the next days, tops, I guess. Whether we win or not, I want you in a better place.
As you say this, there's a knock at the door.
Didn't know I was talking that loudly.
I get in front of the door.
Ready in action.
Okay?
I would also ready an action, but unfortunately there's a lot of people in acid breath range.
Yeah.
Okay. I go. I say through the door, identify yourself.
You hear a young voice go, I have a message.
From who?
The Baroness.
When did she give you? When did she tell you to send this message?
10 minutes ago?
Okay. And what is it?
It's a note, but
I see. I see.
read, so
That's all right. I open the door.
there's like a 13-year-old boy standing on the other side in grubby urchin clothes with a little cat. He looks malnourished and like he hasn't taken a bath in weeks, basically.
Did she tell you we were staying here, exactly here, or did she tell you to find us in the city?
She told me to come here.
Okay.
Okay, Cliff, change of plans.
Change your fucking plans? Take the note. I can't read it.
Don't open the note. Don't open the note. Okay, remember what history we have with these people and notes, specifically the deadly poison?
Oh, right,
yeah.
This
Okay,
note
so-
is not in an envelope. It is literally just like a folded piece of paper.
Still don't trust it. Let's
Okay.
mage hand it on the table.
Yep.
Okay.
I had it on the table.
You mage hand it onto the table.
Hey, what does it say from a
I give the
respectively
cookies
safe
bread.
distance?
You
Oh, yeah, use the-
unfold. You
We have
unfold
purified bread now.
the single line, like the single like fold on the note. You see in like elegant cursive, in this like beautiful script, in this pure black ink. You see the following message. My dear friends, are cordially invited to join me for dinner at my manor house tomorrow evening. I am sure we can come to an accord as to the nature of our grievances, and that I may be able to furnish you with a way to fix your problems. Signed, the Baroness Orsina Utrecht Hamora, first of her name.
And God's willing, also the last.
I'm honestly
That's a
surprised.
trap, right? We all know that's a trap.
Oh, absolutely. If anything, we're gonna be on. We're gonna be the main course.
Yeah.
I'm
So we
honestly
go
surprised it
after
wasn't
the
in
day of the
last
dinner or
round.
before?
Here's the other question. Are we gonna walk into it anyway?
Probably.
If we don't, she'll probably just have that big thing march for a few buildings.
You do notice a postscript.
Oh.
Or I should say, Arcus, you notice a postscript
Oh
that
boy.
only you can see. Because it has been written...
I prepared explosive runes today.
Actually, no. Both Darren and you can see it, Arcus, because you can see magic. And the postscript states... To the librarian. I can help you retrieve what you desire most. And that's that.
It's a question, gang.
Hmm.
And this is for the players, not the
Okay.
the characters. Are we willing to be the villains of this game? Of this world?
I didn't trust an old powerful mage a millennium ago to save my daughter. I'm not going to trust another one this millennium.
We have killed a lot of people.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
Including
kinda
an old
did
man who
trust
was like 2 days
an
from
old,
retirement.
powerful mage.
That was an accident.
That was-
We've been through this, alright? Morally, we're in the grave for that. I was shocked. I cast a spell. It didn't technically kill him, it killed him by proxy of him accidentally tripping over the ledge of a turret, which, to be fair, isn't the real murderer there, the person that designed the turret to be so easily tripped off of that you could just die from a small amount of force. I think the real villain in this story is the architect.
Darren is completely set up to be the hero of a revolution if necessary, so...
Yeah. I would also like to be the hero of this revolution. However, let's see what she offers us.
If nothing else, I think we have to go, because she will just probably enact some kind of retribution for us not showing up.
I mean, doesn't she literally have a hostage?
Yeah. Just basically the whole town is hostage as well.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the princess, isn't it?
Oh, fuck! The princess! I forgot about the princess.
No, you guys
I-
rescued
no.
her a while
Oh, we
back.
rescued the
Yeah,
princess.
well,
Oh yeah, we
Different
rescued her.
person.
Rescued her.
What was the thing with the princess, though, that was related to the Baroness? Was it a curse or something?
It was a cursed item. That she had, like, there was like a cursed circlet that the princess had on her head that was essentially keeping her asleep. But you guys left a long time before that situation has or has not been fixed. You don't know.
Alright, I guess they may have brought like a priest that removes the curse or whatever, so not too worried about her. I mean, I personally have a bit to gain from at least letting her monologue for a bit and potentially reveal some useful information to me.
Do we all have to go? Can we pretend that one of us died?
On the
Don't-
basis of she found us, I'm going to guess she knows we're alive. She found us within minutes of us getting here.
I think that might have been
Yeah.
the Celestial fault. Sorry.
Or the holds up the severed arm. I didn't realize, but maybe there's a two-way thing that can happen here. I'm fairly certain locate an object is a lot easier than locate creature.
Hmm.
Especially when that object used to belong to part of your body.
Yeah, at least we know where she
This
is. We have a date, a place, and a time for where she'll be.
That's a good point. But
We could
also,
hold her. We could also hold her arm hostage.
Gabriel
Yeah, she could
Blackwood had a lot of body doubles. I want to point that out. This is a known thing that the Carnifex does.
Since dealing with Blackwood, though, I will know if someone's disguised that way by looking at them.
For real?
Magic eyes.
Magic vision! But also she's like probably wearing like 100 different magic things anyway.
Hmm.
Like if she's anything like Blackwood, she's got like 40 rings on. 4 on each finger.
I will say,
Yeah, I mean,
the arm that you guys have has no jewelry on it at all.
Oh yeah.
Definitely didn't pick it clean.
Can I do it so it's like it's doing the middle, like, you know what people do in
are you
Flying
trying
High
to change the rigor mortis of this fucking arm so that it's constantly flipping the fucking bird?
Because I want to hold it up to
Come
her.
in.
hasn't,
Are we
no.
literally
It-
gonna come in
it
with it as an
hasn't-
effigy?
You guys cast a spell on it to preserve it. It hasn't rigor mortis.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of
I
still
tie
not-
it. I tie it so it's just one finger, and also that means if she ever reattaches it, she has to take off the binding, and I make it really like a really difficult knot.
Sure.
Just cut it with scissors.
Arcus,
Not
do you
to
know
provide it.
any form of like proof against divination?
Normally for any kind of like scrying, there's a source in the location that you can see with the tech magic. But if the diviner is like quite skilled in their magic, it can be kind of hard to realize it's watching you.
Is there like anything that hinders divination? Like if we're underground, maybe? or-
I mean, I have a big black anti-magic orb that would definitely hinder anything that's within a 10-foot aura.
Hmm.
Do we?
Yang, how do we feel about bequeathing the anti-magic orb to the Resistance so they can have an actual safe zone?
Not great, considering we're going up against a powerful necromancer.
Yeah, that's... They can't organize properly if they are always under watch. Is the problem.
We don't
Like,
know
literally,
that they're scrying,
I
though.
told them to all come here, and then seconds later we found out here was compromised.
That could have been due to many things, though. And presumably since you had your magic vision on and have the alert feat, you would have hopefully had a chance to notice if you were being scryed upon.
Very quickly, one of the things, like, you brought the urchin into the room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that you notice, one of the things that Cliff doesn't have, but the urchin does, you notice that the urchin is, like, faintly scratching at, like, one of his arms. And you see, like, underneath this ragged sleeve is this little bracelet. This little silver bracelet that looks like a set of thorns that are circling his wrist. Like, you see he's trying to scratch underneath this, and he occasionally winces as these little inward-facing thorns poke into his skin.
Would I know what kind of item this is if it's magical?
It's definitely magical.
I'm gonna ask the kid
100%.
first. What's this? I literally just hold his arm.
You just, he's like,
Still half lifted on the floor.
The Baroness, she put these on us to, what did she say? That it was to, ensure compliance.
and like you look at this librarian, and this is basically like this is a channeling focus for a specific spell that is linked to something, you don't know what, but it looks like it can be used to essentially like there is likely a thing that this bracelet is connected to where you can push a spell into that thing and it will go to every bracelet that this thing is connected to. You can see like this very thin tether of magic that is like leading.
He's
She has
holding
the
the
entire
town hostage.
basically. Yeah.
You notice that that Cliff does not have one of these bracelets.
You don't have one of these.
How did you avoid these?
Oh, well, I don't think the Baroness really. Okay, she doesn't put those on adults.
Telling me this Baroness puts these explicitly on children to hold them
He's,
ransom or hostage so that if you don't pay your taxes, they'll
he-
kill their children?
Not kill. And if you can pay enough before you leave, you can get them taken off. But one of the reasons a few people stay in the city is, well, and he points to the bracelet.
Arcus, can you turn on the anti-magic zone?
I just flip that on.
Okay, you put down the orb. I need you to roll a d8. If you roll a 1, it will start to break again, as usual.
Ah, okay. That's a 4.
You're good. Yep, you sort of click the anti-magic orb on, you all feel all of your items just go as like the magic in the area just kind of gets dampened and dimmed.
I'm gonna try and remove that bracelet off the kid.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check. I will warn you, this is going to be a high DC, minimum 25.
Jesus.
If you get below a 15 on this child is going to lose a hand.
I physically can't roll lower than 17. Anybody want to help me out?
Fine.
I'm gonna say,
Just a
I'm gonna
fair
say Ingvar
warning.
can help.
If you- basically,
You might be
if
able to
you roll
roll
in
higher
that
than this.
one, this
Yeah.
child will lose a hand.
Ingvar, don't you
So
have
if-
tools?
Presumably
what?
they're rolling with them. I have Tinker's tools, which might be helpful with this. I also am an expert in magic items, and can use my Divergent Persona to get double my proficiency bonus through tools.
I mean, if you want to do, like, you can either do a full sleight of hand check, or you can do a Tinker's Tools check. It's one or the other. You can't do both.
Yep, that would be a... Just double check. So this.
Like I said, I physically can't roll low enough for this kid to get hurt.
Unless you roll a nat one.
Unless I roll a nat 1, which is like a 5% chance.
Don't say that. Mm.
That's why I was saying Ingvar could give him a hand, because, you know, man's got
Yeah.
sleight of hands.
If somebody gives me a hand, I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah, I get a proficiency of plus 16 in my roll.
So you would need to roll at least a 9?
Yeah.
Aw.
I could
Might
potentially
be.
expend a luck point if you really fuck up.
I have inspiration as well on the off chance, but if I get help on that action, that means I have advantage on a plus 16 roll, which is pretty decent.
I'll give you a
Okay,
hand with that then.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll with Tinker's Tools with advantage.
Okay. Roll me Tinker's Tools with advantage. The DC to beat is a 25.
Okay, so whatever this is... Oh wait. Damn it, select advantage. This doesn't count. I'm just gonna throw the dice away.
Probably a good thing.
Glad it didn't count.
Yep. Okay, so... Select advantage. There's only one dice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 12 plus
That's
16.
because you just
That's-
rolled a d20.
Yeah, that's you just rolled a d20 there. Sorry.
Oh, it's because I don't have my things equipped. Yeah, I don't actually have the tools in here, so it'll just be that plus a 12 or whatever I roll next if it's higher.
Okay.
It is not, so 12 plus 16.
28.
So that's 28.
You sort of like lay this child's hand next to the orb and you start tinkering with this like silver circlet. It takes a good like 10 minutes of just like essentially like maneuvering this band, which you realize is not, it's not like been fastened together. It is one full long string of metal that has been wound around and around and like pushed and poked and prodded. Eventually you realize, and like you realize that this isn't just like, this hasn't just been placed on this child's wrist. Part of this band is going through this kid's wrist, and like the wire is actually going into the skin and out the other side. It takes a while, but eventually you do manage to pull this long, thin band of like magical wire essentially out of like this kid, and there is like, you see like 4 puncture wounds in his wrist where it goes in one side, out the other, so on and so forth. And like eventually you wrap his like wrist in gauze, make sure that it's all disinfected and stuff. The grime that is covering him is not a good sign, but he seems, while not necessarily healthy, he doesn't seem malnourished, which is a bonus, I guess. And eventually you lay this piece of wire on the table. Do you turn off the anti-magic dome?
I think we keep it on, if anything.
Okay.
I would really like to heal this kid up, but unless we have a potion or something, it wouldn't be
How wide is
disrupted.
the area?
10 feet.
10 feet. So... yeah.
There are
Okay, it's
spaces by the door we
most
can
of the room,
potentially
but we
use.
can, if we hide the anti-magic sphere somewhere in this room in case somebody stops by, we can have basically a med bay, more or less, to remove these.
Okay.
Yeah, I could probably get pretty practiced at removing them over time.
Alright. I'm gonna try and hide it amongst the grain.
Okay, so you hide the anti-magic sphere amongst the grain on this shelf. So it extends... from there, it extends about here.
Alright, there should be plenty of room for us.
We'll just do a little bit of lay on hands, because I'm guessing... Is the kid at full HP, or does it...
I mean, we did just basically remove
If
a
you-
large portion of metal from them.
If you want to do a medicine check for me, real quick.
Okay. Medicine,
Uh,
medicine, medicine.
Meantime, I'm gonna ask the kid, do you know where your parents are?
Or...
He shakes his head.
Okay. What's your name?
I'm Danny.
Okay, Danny, you and Cliff are gonna stay here. Try to stay near that corner if you can. Okay, just in case there's anyone still looking for you.
Okay.
Cliff, get a lead on somewhere that's not here that could be safe. We will try and repeat this process there, with
Cliff sort
as
of-
many children as you can find.
He's been watching this entire sort of interaction wide-eyed, and within this semi-consecrated area, you watch as his eyes kind of there's a little spark in them now. It's not much, but
We are with this. We are beyond the point where I give a damn whether we live or not. We're going to help you.
Cliff
Agreed.
sort of... Okay. Thank you. And Danny
Work's
sort
not
of-
done yet.
Now, here's a question. You've moved the anti-magic. Do you take this piece of magic wire out of its area?
No. We put it in the fireplace and melt it down.
Actually, wait, I have maybe a good place for this? You remember that box I bought at the auction before? That
The one with the
initially
lead.
the one that had the wand that allows me to cast fireballs in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of insulated from the outside world of magic, right? That was one of the things at the auction that was special about it.
It might just be better to accumulate these things in a jar or something that's next to the orb.
Yeah,
It
I
can be
mean
turned
that's fine.
off.
Yeah,
And can be damaged.
It can be turned off, but in the meantime, nothing's gonna be touching them.
Do you think melting it down might be a good idea, though?
it is mundane when it's in the anti-magic field. We could just melt it down, and then it loses whatever properties it's there because it gets destroyed in a non-magical state.
Yeah. I'm
If you can
gonna
destroy
melt
them, then
this
definitely we
box
should
now.
destroy them.
Yeah, I would say destroy it and not risk any kind of alert going off.
Mm.
Okay. Sure. You...
But that would also risk starting a fire.
Oh, she already knows we're here.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
fireplace.
Turn on the
Worst
fucking
comes to
lights.
worst,
Rack
I-
up the electricity bill at this point.
I do also have acid. Just saying.
Would acid melt metal?
It's silver,
Oh.
as far as you can tell. So...
Got any Aquariga, Nick?
I mean, the lumps of gold that he's been melting during the sleeps would suggest that yes, that acid does in fact melt metal.
Silver metal dissolves in hot concentrated sulfuric acid, so yes.
Thank you,
Okay.
Ingvar. A local.
Christian, what is the chemistry
mine
of acid
expert.
breath?
I mean,
Inquiring minds wish to know.
I
I've
believe...
shared a room with this man, this Dragonborn.
I believe
I've
that
seen it.
Darren's acid breath is like not alkaline, it's acidic. So it would realistically melt silver.
Yeah, it's an mundane form.
All right.
Makes sense to
I
me.
drool on the thing.
Time to
Okay.
peek in a
Drool
bowl.
on this rod. Don't worry, kid, we're professionals.
You spray this silver rod with a liberal amount of acid. You watch as there's like small runes that have been etched along this rod that glow briefly for a second and then go dark. As the innate magic within this item is unable to stop the acid from destroying all of the etchings along it, and it loses its potency entirely inside the anti-magic dome.
Can we high five? I just go around. I high
Teamwork.
five everybody in the room.
Oh, Danny boy, come over here for a second.
Yeah?
One second, I need to find it. The librarian reaches into his index, and he's going to pull out a wee form. And on this form, there's kind of like a nice little. It's not an invitation to the library. This is something that he used with Prod prior when he was teaching him how to read. It's a literacy form, and it's been
Okay.
enchanted so that there is a quill hidden within it, and the test changes every day.
Okay. Okay. So it's a little like literacy instruction system.
Yeah. Like-
Okay. Yeah, he sort
Yeah,
of
everyone should know how to read. So for
takes
the fact that we
this,
just-
like form and he looks at it and goes, he's looking at this and he's squinting his eyes at it and he goes, I don't think this is gonna help. I mean, is it meant to be so splodgy?
Oh my god, he needs
Oh,
glasses.
1 second.
He has the fuzzy
Can I-
sickness.
Are glasses discernibly something that would fit in the palm of my hand?
Probably.
Yeah,
Gonna
yeah.
fabricate
I
it.
mean, I would say
I mean, it
that
depends
you
on the
could
shape.
like when I was younger, I used to have
Monocle.
like this set of like folding glasses that folded up into like a thing this size. So I would say yeah, it's possible.
You can give the
Okay.
kid. Oh,
I'd like to give this kid glasses. Like, I wear them, so I probably know the design basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna take you a little while to make a pair and stuff, but yeah, you could definitely do that.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you give the kid glasses, and he takes them like very gently in these really grubby hands, these like lovely clean lenses, and he sort of puts them on, like mirroring what you are wearing, librarian. As he looks at, and then he looks up and goes, "Wow!" As he sort of looks around at all of you and sees you in pristine detail for like the first time, and probably sees everything around him in actual like detail for the first time in maybe years. And he like looks down at form and goes, "Okay, yeah, yeah, thanks,
Arcus.
yes, thank you."
Oh, and if your vision ever starts to go blurry again, just tap twice on the side. I'll clean them right up. I have imbued them with prestidigitation to cleanse them. because
Okay.
he's absolutely going to get them dirty, and a glasses cloth is not going to help him in this environment.
Yeah, no, that's fair. He goes, oh, okay.
I want that so bad.
That's really. Thank you. Thanks, Mister.
No worries.
And he's
We're
sort
just
of
going to end up adopting every child in this town, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Does this kid know where all the other kids are sort of kept?
he sort of I mean, do you ask him?
Yes.
Someone else ask him. I'm really not.
It depends. The Baroness keeps some of us under the manor. We work as like servants and runners and stuff, sending messages. There's some that she keeps in the there's an inn for like visiting important people, and we're servants and stuff there, and some of their parents are like cooks and stuff, because we're not allowed to we're not allowed near sharp things, and then sometimes some of them get taken and we don't know where. I don't know much more. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Danny, we're going to start with that inn for the important people, okay?
Uh-huh.
I want you to go back there and as quietly and discreetly as you can tell the other kids about here. Tell them to come here.
They don't. I'm a runner, so I get to go around the city, but the ones in like the ones at the inn and the ones that are like servants in the manor, they get like clean clothes and stuff because they need to be they need to look you know, for like guests and stuff, so they're not allowed out in the city.
Okay. Danny, I need you to be very brave for me, okay?
Okay.
As of right now, you are possibly the only child in this town that can walk these streets without the Baroness seeing you.
Okay.
I need you to help me save the other ones.
I can try, but
That's all I'll ask of you.
Do you know
There's-
any way into the inn or the castle or the manor? Sorry, that maybe that's maybe like the back way that the Baroness doesn't really know about, or maybe somewhere secret that you and some of the
there's-
other kids know.
there's a loose brick in the wall of the basement of the inn, and sometimes we sneak. Sometimes the inn kids sneak a couple of like loaves of bread out for the kids, the runners. Like there's a few of us runners that run around the city for the Baroness, but like we because we're not like we're not made to be presentable, we don't get fed as much, so the inn kids sneak something out for the wall sometimes.
Okay.
Is that big enough
do you-
to put a child's arm through?
Yeah, I like and he sort of like makes sort of like a visual of a hole about the size of like a loaf of bread.
Okay.
If we start with the kids at the inn, that might be good for intel and resources, but if we start with the runners, we might be able to disrupt our supply lines.
True, but she also will probably interact and see the runners a lot more often. That's a good point. We need... Is she expecting you to come back saying that you delivered the letter?
I think she knows.
I don't think so. I mean, usually I'm just told to deliver it. She doesn't usually tell me. Like, if she wants me to tell her that I delivered it, she usually asks, because
Okay.
because I think she can see everything, like all the time in the city. I think. I don't know, but like, she's scary, and she has like, and she's got people everywhere that are always watching. So yeah.
Can we make a fake bracelet for this kid? It doesn't need to be a good replica of the other one.
I mean,
But
we've still got the silver at the very least. It's damaged to high hell, but we can reuse it.
That's a good point.
Doesn't have to work, it just has to look right.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, Arcus, you got a good look at it.
Yep, I did.
And Ingvar is very good at making things.
Yeah.
So we could make a fake bracelet?
If we steadily, replace all of the ones on the kids with fakes, the Baroness will only know if she actually tries to use magic or whatever on a specific one. She
Yes.
might not even have a knowledge exactly of the individuals versus the whole.
Yeah. And if we get all the kids in the inn first, and then move to the kids in the manor, then she has less control over everyone else in this city.
Realistically, she could probably wipe shop with basically the entire population. We are still probably going to have to fight her ourselves. But
Oh, yeah.
all the better to have the town behind us.
More survivors. That's essentially what I'm thinking here. Kid, you're absolutely gonna live, and so is everyone else in the town. No one's gonna die, okay? It's... Danny, good vibes. Okay.
Sorry, kid. My
Danny
friend
looks
suffers
very
from
confused.
Sorry, kid. My friend suffers from compulsive statements of the obvious.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Alright. Let's, Ingvar, can you make us a replica bracelet that looks...
As this
Like
is
the other
happening,
one?
you guys hear again the boom, boom, as the massive metal creature walks back again across the plaza.
Make sure that if we go see her, that thing's not around.
Maybe we can have the residents distracted then, somehow.
Maybe we could put the orb in it.
Then we wouldn't have it against the Baroness.
Oh.
Swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
Yeah.
I kind of understand why people went to live in that desert place.
Did we see anybody with one of those bracelets in the desert?
In the Ashfold? No.
Yeah, because she's been here like 9 years, they said.
Oh, she's been here like 25 years.
Alright.
The Ashfold has been there for a very
Seems
long time as well, and the
Seems like
village.
that would be a perfect place for people to flee to.
Yeah,
The village of Ashfold has been there for a
But the
while,
worms,
but you
yeah.
also know that like they got most of their supplies from Nekrinir, so it kind of deteriorated with the city. You do know that there were a couple of people there from Nekrinir, but none of them had these bracelets on them.
The bracelets are a recent innovation then.
Yeah.
But okay, let's reconnoiter the inn and see how we can organize a mass debraceleting.
Okay.
I have an additional suggestion. I sent you a message, Lucian. I'm
Mhm.
not sure if I actually have this, considering the circumstances I learned the spell under, but by default, the teleportation spell that I learned gives me sigils for 2 locations on the material plane when I learn it. Could we maybe use that, since I have in my inventory components for 4 circles to teleport the kids away, if we somehow gain entrance to some of the major areas?
Hold on. Let me.
An evac route.
Yeah, basically.
Get to the circle.
I wanna make Danny go somewhere that looks. Because if she's got eyes all over the city.
I don't think she does. I think she just monitors people via those bracelets.
Well, how
If
does she know
anything.
that? How does she know that we were here? Apart from all
Her
the
hat.
things that we did.
Apart from all the ways that she could have known we were here.
Yeah. Apart from all the ways she could have known we were here, how would she know we were here unless she had eyes all over the city? Also, we know she's really big into divination. Basically, what I'm worried about is going directly to the inn and doing the evacuation. Not the evacuation, the debraceleting.
As long as we're inside of that anti-magic field, she definitely can't see us. And I'm gonna be keeping my peepers peeled for anything that looks like a divination focus.
Okay.
Do you reckon we could go round the back at night,
I
or do you think
will
it's more
say,
dangerous?
Zarian. I will say that you know of the teleportation circles for 2 places on this material plane. That is part of the spell. That's fair enough. I will give you the okay. You have the teleportation circle for the city of Praxis, because that's part of your backstory, and it would be a place where you would have been going to and from for a lot of time, and you would now know it due to the fact that that memory curse that you've been dealing with, that is gone. Like, once you were in the Ashfold, that completely got obliterated. You don't have to deal with that anymore. So now you can remember that. Now, you don't know if that sigil, like if that teleportation circle still exists, but you know it.
It might just be broken or whatever.
It might be
or
broken.
Even in a horrendously dangerous place.
It might be in a horrendously dangerous place, you don't know. I will say that you will get usually it would take up to like a day of study to remember like a teleportation circle. I will say that for your second teleportation circle, learnt by the spell, you will be able to use the first teleportation circle that you see on this plane. And as of yet, you haven't seen any post-library, shall we say. So, like, if you manage to find a teleportation circle here in the city, yeah, instantly know it. Instantly memorized, is what I would say.
Okay.
So you have one. You don't know if it's accessible, but you do have one. And the other one is, if you find one in the city that works, you can remember it immediately. And that is going to be my ruling on that, because we've been running under the assumption of you don't know any yet until now, so it's kind of a thing to retcon it.
I was mostly just asking because the city I learned it in had one.
The city you learnt it in had one, but you never got to see it.
I don't think I ever saw it.
They never let you see it, essentially. So yeah. Yeah. That is my ruling on that.
The teleport circle easy way out then. So we need to figure out a way to get the kids and remove the
If
bracelets.
you can find a teleport circle in this city or somewhere nearby, then go for it. But yeah.
I mean, like, I could technically make 2 to link them into this, like, room. But
I mean, once you like make the teleportation circle, it lasts for like up to 24 hours, I think.
It's a duration of a turn, I think, for the spell is written. But if you want it to be 24, I'll go with that.
So the activation of you putting people through it is a turn. Is my ruling. I will say if you like prepare a like temporary teleportation circle and then make another one later and make people go to the other one, like that'll consume them both. But you can prepare it in advance is going to be my ruling on that.
Okay.
If you want.
Yeah, so it might be a good way of getting people into the like anti-magic orb zone if they're in danger, but like
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be necessarily good for the escape.
But it is something that you can prepare in advance if you'd like.
Could we put one on the airship?
Captain knows as a favour.
Yeah?
You don't know if the Dawn's Light is still here.
Yeah. I don't think we would run like
You
the
can
solution.
go check.
We should try and just.
But, yeah.
We should go probably with the original thing of trying to figure out a way in and getting them out.
Who knows? Maybe she has like some carriages or something.
What if we're thinking about it backwards?
Huh?
What if
Get people
instead of
in?
getting the the bracelets off of them or getting the children away, we destroy whatever is casting it to them?
I think that's the Baroness.
Well, didn't Lucian say there was like something that if you put a spell
Channeled it
into
into.
it would go into a thing?
From what
so what
you
if it was
could
like
tell-
restoration?
From what you could tell, the way the bracelets work is that they are linked to a central nexus of some sort. And if a caster channels a spell into that nexus, that spell goes to every bracelet simultaneously. So it's, in some ways, it's a bit of a torture device in that if you sent like a spell of like a first level Scorching Ray into this device, all the bracelets might like heat up and cause damage, sort of thing.
I really don't want it to come to this, but what would happen if I cast Acid Splash into that focus?
Melted children.
Would it melt the whole child or just the arm?
Do you
You'd have
want
a lot
to
of
find
hands
out?
as children.
Go find the focus. You don't know where it is. You
You
don't know
solution
how
to
it
this
works.
20 amputee children, Darren?
Just on the off chance that we can't just like detonate the thing, like we can still render it useless that way.
Like as I
And
said,
I
you
have, like-
don't know.
And render a lot of children handless. Yes, I know. I'm not saying it's a good idea.
You
Just-
don't know. You haven't seen the device in person. You only know about this through the approximate information that Danny was able to tell you and the little amount of information that you were able to glean from the bracelet while it was still functional.
Alright.
I channeled something like Sanctuary through it.
It's definitely something you could do. You don't
Yep,
know if that would do
Um,
anything, but it's something you could try.
So we're definitely gonna have to go see the Baroness tomorrow. I say we try and search the mansion for the central thing of those bracelets if we can. If
We
we
do any reconnaissance tonight?
I think we do. I think we need to check out that important person's inn.
Yeah. And we will probably have some friends on the inside.
Is there something that we could give Danny to trade to them?
Bread? Do you think that'll suffice?
I mean, actually, yeah, we have probably the most purified food in this entire city right here.
You've also got the man cursed with bread.
yeah.
Oh wait, yours is all stale though. Actually, wait a minute, did my purified food drink unstale the bread?
It's stale, but it ain't moldy, at least.
It's not moldy. It's still stale. It's not moldy though.
I'm sorry, not even magic can fix your stale bread.
It's stale.
Yeah.
Stale
Beyond
is
my
just
abilities.
age. It's not like disease or anything. So
It's crunchy bread.
It's crunchy.
Why did I say that?
It's crunchy. Yeah.
It's textured. It's a crouton. One big giant crouton.
As long as it's garlic and herb flavored.
From what you can tell, like, the runners are the most malnourished of the children, and Danny doesn't seem particularly malnourished, just like a gangly teenager that hasn't had a bath in like 6 weeks and hasn't had a change of clothes in probably 6 times that time.
Bryn, no, don't give the child moonshine.
No.
Your child.
I just suggested the option of acid bathing every child in town. Still no.
Wait a minute. What if we get one of the bracelets and put it in the Baroness's arm?
Eh?
No, I feel like she might be into pain. Just
I mean,
I-
She's
she
already
can't
lost
cast nothing
the
deadly. Well, maybe if it's not reattached. What if we reattach the arm?
I think
it
she's
would need-
already mourned the loss
I-
of mum. If it's
I-
reattached and then she explodes it, I don't think she'd actually care that much.
Yeah.
I think we have too many questions right now. We need more information.
I think we need to maybe okay. She's the Baroness and she's spooky as fuck. Do you think she'd have more? Do you think going undercover at night would be a good idea, or do you think being out during the day is safer?
Cliff, Danny, when would you say the streets are safest?
Danny sort of looks, and Cliff goes, yeah, I mean, during the day, probably, but, I mean, even during the day, it's, and he sort of points out the window, and you see these rolling storm clouds that are hovering over the city. That you arrived here in the morning, and it felt like early evening. Like,
Okay.
even during the
nothing-
day, it's still, like, really dark for some reason.
At least during the day, we would have a better chance of spotting the thing that makes noise.
I mean, I will hear it and feel it first, but yes.
I think we should go over and start freeing these kids.
We have a plan for if we attract the attention of that giant golem.
Scatter in different directions.
And like
What?
it's not that
Panic?
fast.
Yeah, it seems like we could probably all outrun it. I mean, I can literally fly.
It's not
Still
that
probably
fast
best if it doesn't catch us all at once.
on patrol, but we have no idea what it's like in combat.
Right, we don't know its top speed. Hence,
I
all
have a
then for it to not catch
suggestion.
all of us.
Would I know from like general golem construction and that thing I read in the library about golems, Lucian, like how they're kind of put together?
I mean,
You
anti-magic
have a
will
vague
come from-
idea of, like, general principles of golemancy and, like, mechanics. But you're not getting, like, golemancy from this thing, you're getting necromancy from this thing.
Okay, so it's literally like a kind of flesh creation, like a giant
Armor-plated
amalgamation or
flesh golem.
something. But it's still held together with magic,
What I will say is that what you learned from the Vorsinian constructs that you fought on the airship is that the Baroness seems to really like mixing flesh and mechanics.
Also, wasn't there like an anti-magic field in one of the rooms?
She had like a
Deep one.
She had a magic suppression field on one of the airships. It wasn't like full anti-magic, but it like anything lower than a certain tier of spell was basically suppressed.
And it was using that so that you couldn't see their like suits of armor, right? So if someone tried to use like detect magic, it would show them.
Yeah, if it was basically it was suppressing the general area of like magic in there, so if you tried to detect magic in that room you couldn't see anything.
Okay, that still implies that the suits of armor, if it was powerful enough, it probably would have deactivated them, but it had to be weak enough not to do that.
Yeah. One of the things you also know is that, like, as soon as you deactivated that suppression field, those Vorcinian constructs, like, went to full power and attacked you.
Okay. What if I ran up to the big thing, used the time stopwatch, and Prod lobs the anti-magic orb directly to me, which cancels out the time stop field, and shuts down the golem, not giving it a chance to respond?
I mean,
Ooh.
it's definitely a possible option, but I can't tell you how well it'll work until you actually try it.
Worst case scenario, I get smashed into a billion pieces.
I think we just try and stay out of the way of that thing for the time being.
Yeah, I just want
We-
like a
we-
big strategy in
Like
case.
right now
Controlled
that
from somewhere.
Hmm?
Do you think it's controlled from somewhere, like with the Nexus?
almost certainly.
Well,
Right
then
now
let's
though,
go destroy their
a
Nexus.
lot of our big plans involve that anti-magic sphere. We really don't want to put that into too many baskets.
Baby powder.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So for the moment, that we'll keep that as being how we deal with the bracelets. We don't want to also be taking that into combat and also be taking that to dinner and all sorts.
Hmm.
We want to use it where we know we absolutely need to use it. So for the time being, recon the inn, try to stick to the shadows, stay out of that thing's way.
Do they want to keep the orb here,
I think that's a good idea.
or do we want to use it for reconnaissance so that she can't see us?
Probably better if she knows less about our capacities at
My-
this moment.
My worry is she knows that we shut off her divination if she was doing it in this location. She comes to investigate, finds the orb, and destroys it, and then we're out of options for removing the bracelets later.
At which point we just have to go for the Nexus,
I feel like we
which
can
we're
just,
going to have to do eventually anyways.
right now, go free the children from their bracelet.
Right now, recon the children there. We don't want to do too much in one step. We don't have enough information to do that and secure their exit, as it were.
I mean,
And it took us a while to get that bracelet off.
we have a stonemason,
You do.
and the thing
Kind of.
dividing us and the children is a brick wall made of stone.
You don't know.
You
haven't
cast
gone to see
Mold
it.
Earth on stone! They said that there was a stone brick missing from the wall, so we presumably know it's made out of stone.
I mean,
Okay.
you know that there's a piece of the wall missing. But Danny is like, Danny has been working without glasses for like the past 4 years. He doesn't know.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, for all you know, he could be looking at a clay wall, or maybe it's made of wooden bricks. Who knows? Like,
My
Wooden
point
bricks?
is-
yeah.
We might have bricks for obsidian.
Okay.
Friggin' obsidian on the bread.
My point being
Yeah.
that we could potentially make a small, enlarge the hole in order for the smallest members of the group to go in and the smallest members of the inn to come out.
Who is the smallest member of the group these days? Because I know it
Librarian.
used to be me. Librarian?
Probably the librarian?
I think
Librarian.
Librarian's quite tall, if I remember correctly. Let me check.
Yeah, but how tall?
Darren's 5'10" these days.
Librarian is 6'2". He is quite tall, apparently. I forgot I made him tall.
Wow.
No, he's not. Sorry. Ignore that canon. He's
I've not been reduced to 5 foot.
you get shrunk.
And how tall,
Just a
Frost?
foot and 2 inches, apparently.
Okay.
Mm.
So, what do you guys want to do now, basically?
My vote is scout the inn.
Okay. My vote is scout the inn, and if the inn seems fairly okay to approach from the side, start trying to help let Danny come with us, vouch for us, and we'll start removing the bracelets.
Okay.
Is there any like patch of like stone on the building as we're just leaving?
Librarian Ingvar, we need your opinion on what should happen next.
Okay. First of all, I think we should kind of commit to what we had initially with moving the base of operations away from somewhere that the Baroness knows we are.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Then we should probably go investigate the inn, see if there's kind of an ingress point that we can exploit. If we can, it would be good to get at least a couple children out while we can tonight to kind of reduce the amount of work we need to do later. If we can't and it seems too dangerous, we'll just try and make as many preparations for our escape as we can. And then we can maybe do a little bit of reconnaissance after that about this whole Nexus thing. I'll at least be able to kind of track the strands if we have a bracelet from one of the kids, so if we can get at least one of them out of the inn tonight, that would be useful.
Also, we could bring... sorry, this was in my brain. We could bring the anti-magic orb right up to the wall, deactivate the bracelet.
Again, having a kid hold their arm through a wall for like an hour while we remove that.
Oh, it's not an hour. It only took 10 minutes for that guy.
It took about 25 minutes.
25 minutes.
How long will it take for the next one now that I know what I'm doing?
You'll still have to make that... I will say, you'll still have to make that tools check. It'll be a reduced DC, but it'll still take about 15 minutes because it's very fiddly work. And then you have to deal with, like, patching them up afterwards.
Yeah, and hopefully the child doesn't scream, which... At least one child is probably inevitably going to scream when we do that.
When you started untangling that thing, you did give Danny something to bite down on, and he was, like, whimpering the whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like role-playing that.
Fair.
I felt like that was going to be a bit much.
Realistically, we are not going to be debraceleting them through a wall and praying that no one notices.
Okay. Recon then. As a group?
Recon as a group sounds good to me.
Hey, Cliff, you're here as well.
Yes?
Do you know of someone that would have alchemy supplies, or someone that might have potions, even if they're very minor, to help with pain?
They don't have to be good at it, they just have to have them.
There's an old priest, I mean, I don't know if he'll help, but he occasionally helps tend to the wounds of people who have nowhere else to turn to. Though in fairness, pretty much everybody has nowhere else to turn to now.
Is he part of the resistance?
You keep saying resistance like it's a thing. It's not. There's the 6 of us who are trying to help people get out, and that's it.
Okay.
It's a thing as of now.
Hell, it's a thing for you guys, but...
Cliff,
I will
you said morale was a
try to
problem.
help.
Stay positive.
I will try to help, but the Baroness has been here for 25 years. You've seen how bad it is out there. You've seen what she can do.
I swear to you, she is not going to be here for the 26th.
You see what we can do, and I pull out Baroness's arm.
He stares at it as just like...
She's mortal, just
Why?
like anyone else at this point.
Wait, that's her arm?
Yeah!
Oh, yes.
I may have
There's a
lied
reason
saying
she
we're
sent
just
us a letter.
travelers.
He sort of like looks at it and give me a persuasion check, Arcus.
Okay, do I get advantage for severed arm?
I will say the severed arm is what's allowing you to make this persuasion check at all.
Can I reveal my dope-ass swords?
That's the thing that did that.
where that dice went, but Godspeed. 16.
16? I mean, the combination of everything that's happened today, it's a little inspiring. He's like, you people are crazy. It's okay. I will try and help.
These are crazy times.
The priest is in the northeastern corner of the city.
Can you get Danny there?
Yes, I think I can.
Okay, it's better if we don't give everyone all of the same information. That way, if one of us gets captured, she can't get everything.
Okay.
You seem very good at this.
I've spent a lot of time trying to compartmentalize things.
Okay, yes.
Like being a spy?
No, like operating from a position of minimal power.
Okay. But yeah, let's just see where we're going on the map first for that priest.
Yes.
I think this is what the city used to look like. Can I just kind of minor illusion a map onto the table?
Of
A
like
very
the city?
rough one. Yeah.
There's definitely a couple of roads that have changed. And like the map that you have doesn't show where the city walls are because those didn't exist back then. They were still being built. But you have a rough idea of like how the city is laid out. Cliff kind of points out a few like different bits and pieces that are like, okay, this is not correct. That doesn't exist anymore. There were buildings there, but those have burned down. And he sort of gives you a few corrections on that. So afterwards, you have a relatively comprehensive map of the general layout of the city streets.
Big landmarks and stuff, and
There
main
are
streets.
no sewers, as far as you're aware.
Called it.
Katie, that'd be really convenient right now.
Yeah.
But then admittedly, that thing stomping around probably collapse into them.
This is why there's no culture in this city. They didn't build the sewers early game. They only have one monument.
Yeah, and it's a creepy monument. Danny, can you point to where the inn is on this map?
He points to the sort of north western section, like just past the square. So like realistically, here. This building here. Okay.
I did kind of guess.
Yeah.
Right. You get Danny to safety with the alchemist, or with the priest, rather, and we will scout out a bit more tonight.
Okay. Yes, I can do that.
We know where the priest is, right? So we can go there after this to try and...
Cliff
Find
sort
again.
of points out the area on the map, and like you look over into that northeastern direction, and you can feel the consecration, as it were.
Oh, that's a good
Right.
sign.
Okay.
You kind of get the feeling that's probably where this guy is.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay. Cliff sort of bundles up his like he puts on his cloak, bundles it up over like Danny's shoulder, and the two of them exit into like the late afternoon that looks like it's turning to like midnight because of like the cloud cover and stuff. They disappear off into the city. Okay.
Excuse me.
Is there any, like, stone just between, like, here and the street, more or less?
I mean, yeah, there's like cobblestones and stuff that are like at the bottom of the stairway that leads up to like the room you're staying in.
I'm going to use an old bit of, what's the phrase here? Dragon old wives' tales, I guess, mostly. I'm going to use mold earth to put the image of the face of a copper dragon into one of the bricks, one of the cobblestones.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity check to see how well you manage to mold
You can
this.
you cause
Considering-
shapes, colors, or both to appear on the dirt or stone, spelling out words, creating images, or shaping patterns.
Okay, I just want to see how well you manage to convey this pattern.
Do I get advantage at least because it's a dragon face like mine?
No, I would say that you get disadvantage because that's a very complex thing to do, but no, you can roll it straight.
Just needs to be stylized.
Believe.
15.
Okay, yeah, it's a passable looking dragon face.
Oh.
You
Okay.
sort of
What's supposed to do?
engrave it on like bottom of the stairs.
Darren. What?
Yeah.
What's that supposed to do?
Every resistance needs a symbol. There are old stories that whenever a copper dragon took nest in an area, its face would appear on stones in the region.
That's really cool. Okay, let's fucking scout.
Okay,
Actual D&D lore.
roll,
That's really cool. Sorry.
roll me a group stealth check. Unless, like, some of you want to go off and do something else, and, like... It's up to you
I
guys.
don't.
Eh. Well, I'm glad I used my good roll. I got 11 for mine. I really need to get.
I've got to
use it with
re-roll
stealth.
this. I'm gonna
You-
re-roll this. I'm gonna use the luck point.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
That's
Oof.
very fair, actually.
Uh-huh.
Let me try that one again.
Don't suck.
Oh no!
How?
No!
Oh my god, you rolled double nat ones.
That cannot be
Ingvar.
allowed to stand, surely.
Wow!
It can happen. I was talking about this the other day. The fact that sometimes if you roll with advantage, you can still roll double nat ones, and yep, that's a thing that just happened. Holy shit!
Can I give one of my points of luck?
I
To
will.
Lydia?
That's like a 1 in 400 chance.
I will
Yeah.
say. I mean, I haven't seen Zarian's roll yet.
Wait, sorry, what was I rolling?
Stealth.
Well,
As you exit once more into the city.
Which... That is an 11.
Okay, I will say, realistically, if you gave your luck point to Ingvar, it wouldn't actually change anything as the result of the roll here. Because all of you rolled below a 50, except for LP on their second
I rolled
roll.
a 17.
Yeah, I know. But like, everybody else rolled below a 15, which is kind
In a
of
shocking turn of event, the one heavy armor user passed the stealth check.
I get
I mean-
advantage on my stealth. I still
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they get advantage.
yeah,
on
plus
that.
5 on my stealth, but it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, no.
I just turn
Okay.
invisible.
Okay, so you guys beat a 10, so you're not particularly loud, but the guards, like, the just general, like, city watch do take notice of you as you pass, as you're, like, walking around the city. You make your way up to this sort of large inn room, inn sort of area. You walk past, like, a couple of different guards who... They don't necessarily, like, stop you, but you can tell that some of them are now keeping an eye on you. Like, they've been informed, basically, that there are new people in the city. Keep an eye on them, sort of thing. You all turn a corner. Did you choose to give Cliff the orb, or are
Did we send Cliff and Danny away with the orb, or did we leave it in that building?
Or did you?
No,
keep
we took the orb.
You took
took
the
the
orb
orb with
with
I thought we
us?
took the
That was part
Okay.
of the agreement.
you. Took you
Okay.
took the orb with you. You have the orb with you. Okay. Danny directed you to like a lower section of the inn where there's like a wall that's slightly crumbling. However, you guys are starting to notice that there's a lot of guards that are just a little bit too interested in what you're doing and like, okay, well maybe we shouldn't go there quite yet. So instead, what you guys end up doing is you walk around up to sort of like the front of the inn. The first thing you notice as like you walk around the side of the building is there's this large black and gold carriage that is like stationed outside the front of the inn that is being pulled by these two massive dire wolves. And you all look at this like carriage, and it's like, oh, this doesn't look like the Baroness's.
Huh.
This is too stated to be the Baroness's. This belongs to someone else. Because from what you've seen of the Baroness, she likes to be a little stealthy, a little all this sort of thing. This looks like someone arrived and wanted to make a statement. And you all watch as from the carriage, like, you see a coachman sitting, like, near the carriage who's wearing this buttoned up jacket with this, like, jaunty little cap and a heavy cloak, who's, like, doing his best to, like, haul this massive case off of the back of the carriage.
Is that box about prod size?
No, it's smaller. But it's like, imagine one of those like massive steamer trunks that you would have seen on the Titanic, basically. It's like one of those. It looks like you could keep an entire wardrobe in it.
Are we still being closely watched by the guards?
I mean, you see like one or two walking past on occasion, and they keep an eye on you, but they're not interfering with you at the moment.
Here's my opinion. They know we're here now. It's not like our presence is a secret. She's given us a direct invitation. Let's see what her city has to offer. Don't drink any wine.
Sure. Go to plans we've got right now.
Let's see if we've got friends inside.
I'm gonna walk up to the coachman and say, hello there, good fellow. Do you need a hand with that?
You sort of the coachman sort of like looks over as he's like as he's pulling this massive piece of luggage essentially off the back of this carriage. Let me quickly give you a coachman to interact with. Where is he? Where is he?
He's by the coach, presumably.
Good. There we go. There we go. Coachman.
Ah. Oh, he's hot.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Okay. Sure. As he sort of like goes, sure, that would be really helpful, actually. As you see this, like, he's wearing a long coat, but he's got this salt and pepper beard and short cropped hair. and like he's pulling this massive steamer trunk off the back of the coach. Do you roll me a strength check? I guess.
Otherwise known as a D20. Which I nat 20.
Holy shit.
Now I get a nat 20.
You got a nat 20 on helping someone unload their luggage.
Did you steal my luck?
Apparently.
Okay.
Of course, I can never get a nat 20 when I'm trying to stab somebody, but now...
You grab the case with like your talons, dig in and go, and you lift it straight off the back and like carry it over to the sidewalk and put it down. It is heavy. And as you like put it down, and you put it down relatively gently, but you hear ding 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 ding, like the clinking of like glass bottles on the inside, maybe.
Where do you want it?
Oh, just there is fine, thank you. I need to take it in a moment, but Master doesn't like anyone else touching his stuff, so if you don't mind, I'll handle that part myself.
Oh, seems your master's in good stead then with a servant as trusty as you.
Oh, well, I suppose it's been a long journey.
Where do you hail from?
Oh,
Half-orc suddenly appearing from the fog.
he looks up at you, and this man's like maybe 5'9", 5'8". Looks up at you and goes, "Oh, well, I'm from my master and I are from Thistledown."
Have we heard of Thistledown before?
I feel like we have.
You have, in passing, Isaac mentioned it once or twice. Thistledown is where his daughter was. And you remember this from, like, the letter that Isaac got sent, the one with the poison in it, which had the mention of there was a plague in Thistledown, and that his daughter's that his daughter had died, which was a lie, as far as you were aware, anyway.
The lie was that his daughter had died, or?
The lie was that, as far as you can tell, the lie was that there had been a plague of some sort. You don't know if his daughter died or not. You know that's something that he's still trying to find out. That was what he was looking into with the Carnifex when you last left. He told you that he thought she was still alive.
And that was the Lorne's Bane poison
Yes.
that he went down with, right?
Yes.
I'm very stressed. I'm looking at pictures of Hatsune Miku.
Alright,
I think
will...
that maybe this dude has a bunch of bottles with poison in it.
It's not inconceivable, but we don't want to just, like, knock out his coachman.
Oh yeah, we can't do that. If only one of us had some kind of sleep spell.
Yeah, if only.
No, I don't think we can start a conflict here, you're right.
Well,
It's already
I mean,
far too
if
much
he's
going on.
taking poison in here.
Hmm?
It's poison. I mean, who's gonna
Could
drink
use
it? The assholes? I'm fine with that.
Hmm.
If we could swipe one, we might be able
Can I
to use
get-
it on the Baroness.
I don't know what to kill her. Can I do, like, an insight on this guy? On the coachman?
Sure. Roll me an insight. What are you trying to insight?
I'm trying to get, like, a sense of his moral guide, compass kind of thing, as best I can. Like, does he
Sure.
seem like somebody who would be knowingly delivering a large bullion of poison for, like, the plebeians or something, or... Yep. 23.
Okay.
Now my dice are again.
You get the feeling that this man is loyal to his employer as long as his wages are paid. You don't get the feeling that he is willingly participating in, like, the sale and, like, resale of poisons. But you also don't get the feeling that he's adverse to it. You get the feeling that this man is loyal as long as his wages are paid and as long as, like, he doesn't have to do too much ridiculously, like, hard work. He's a coachman. Okay. He drives the coach. He occasionally has to feed the wolves. You know.
Presumably by chucking meat from a distance.
Yes, presumably.
My good man, there's some interesting noises coming from this box as I was moving it. What exactly was your master transporting? Seemed very heavy.
I don't pry into the affairs of the master. That's not for me to know. What the master has in his luggage is his business, not mine. To be quite honest, I would rather not know. And that's all I will say on the matter.
Oh, do you mind if I have a look? Just real quick.
Certainly, I might.
Just pop the lid.
I could, even if I had the key, I couldn't. And you notice that, like, there's 2 heavy padlocks on, like, the front of this box.
Oh, that's really quite a pity. I was very curious what was in that box. One second. Let me just repay you for your kind and charitable conversation. All the same. Will this do? And I pull out one of my lumps of gold.
Okay. How much gold would you say is in that lump?
More than he's likely seen in years. Is the best I can guess.
That's. I need a figure.
It's gonna be a. It'll. I did not write down exactly how much how much money I lost every time I drooled.
One of those was like a 20 gold chunk, and the other one was like a 40 gold chunk.
This will probably be the 40 then.
Okay. His eyes sort of widen a little bit, and he goes, roll me a persuasion check.
Yep. That's a good corner. 30.
That is a very good corner. That got you a 30. Holy shit.
2 17s and a 20 in that corner.
He sort of looks at it and goes, well, I mean, I'm gonna have to check on the wolves for a moment. Could you just keep an eye on that for me? And he grabs pockets the chunk of gold.
Absolutely. Don't take your time. Get yourself a drink.
Around the corner.
Librarian, I need you over here to lockpick some things.
Okay. What's going on?
Like a sudden, as a large chunk of meat is thrown to a pair of wolves.
I want to take a quick peek inside this box. I think it contains some kind of beverage, but I'm not really sure. But it's got these 2 big padlocks on it.
Not suspicious yet.
It's also really heavy.
So what do you need help with?
I need you to get the padlocks off.
Oh, any preference?
Both.
Okay. Do these look like mundane locks?
They look hefty, but they look mundane.
Okay, I cast 3 Eldritch Blasts at the chain weak point.
Okay, sure. I mean, there's no chain, so...
Well, presumably if they're locked off, they've got like a shackle rather than a chain. Yeah.
They're like...
So I cast it at the shackle.
They're like suitcase padlocks, basically.
Yeah, so they got a shackle. I'll aim at the shackle, which is the weak point of the lot.
Okay, sure.
I was hoping to be more subtle, but I guess expediency is also
I
good.
asked if you had a preference, and you were just like, both of them off, and what's happening? Both of them are coming off!
Okay.
Okay, these have
That's where we
a
find out that
damage
they're transporting gunpowder.
These
What
have a
was that,
damage
sorry?
threshold.
Okay.
You will need to do a minimum of 5 damage to actually damage these. The armor class is 10 because it's an object. So you need to hit an armor class of 10, do a minimum of 5 damage in like 1 hit to actually like damage these padlocks.
Yeah, so I have 3 Eldritch Blasts, I have a plus 11 to my DC to hit, so I automatically hit, and in this case it's impossible for me to roll below that.
Yep, that's fine.
So I rolled 3d10s.
Yep.
What do we get? A 10, an 8, and a 4.
Okay, so
So, at least two of those hit.
bypass the damage threshold. One of them manages to get a padlock off. These have a total HP of 10. So yeah.
Oh, time to go again.
Okay. Roll me damage since you don't even need to, you know.
Yeah. Just roll 3 more d10, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you only need to realistically you only need to roll 1 as long as it's like above that 5. If you do 2 extra damage,
One of them got 5.
one of them got 5. That'll do.
There we go.
Fine.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Meets-
No more dice
meets it,
clouding up this
meets it,
entire
and,
area.
like, the other padlock had just enough health. Yeah. You blast these pair of padlocks off. One of the guards, like, that's passing at the end of the street kind of looks over but doesn't pay you too much mind and just keeps moving. You flip open this case. Look on the inside. You see collections of varying silks, varying like dress shirts and coats and stuff. There's like a row of 6 neatly laid out bottles. There's a couple of books. There's some jewelry. There's a couple of like different bits and pieces. Mostly stuff that like a traveling noble would have.
Oh, any magical items among the jewelry?
Make a perception check.
Yay.
Or
I'm gonna rob this
investigation.
man.
Either way.
Investigation. 28.
28. There's 2 magical items in here.
I pocket them immediately, they're mine now.
Okay. You.
I will also pass the librarian the books whilst I'm examining the bottles.
Perfect, those go on the ropes too.
Okay. Sure.
I just wanted to steal from this guy down, but...
You pocket 2 books, a ring, and some form of like glass bauble. As for the bottles, like you turn them over, you see the words Thistledown Reserve on them. Right? And this label of like a thistle arcing over like at the corners. Looks like it might be wine. Or maybe some form of like alcohol.
Do I detect any magic from the bottles at all? Or are they very mundane, just wine looking?
You don't detect any magic from the bottles, though I will say Lornsbane as the poison does not, like, you didn't detect any magic from that either.
Yeah, it's non-magical in its innate form, and then it gets imbued with something, right?
Yeah. But you also know that Lawnsbane comes in like a dust, and this is obviously liquid.
Yeah. So unless they've like mixed it in somehow, that's probably not going to be an issue. All right. Do you have everything you need from here, Darren?
I think so. Maybe hold on to one of these bottles just in case.
Yeah, I'll take one of those. I'm going to use mending on the padlocks to make it look like we never broke this open.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, you like reassemble them. Yeah, I mean it's not above a 3-foot area, so yeah, that does work.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm guessing these statues are also stone.
Yes, those statues are stone.
Okay, just on my way in, then I'm gonna put another dragon face on one of the shields.
Okay, yeah, you scratch that onto one of the shields.
I'm committing vandalism.
Hey.
The name of the resistance.
Politically motivated vandalism.
Okay.
Long live the resistance.
Okay.
Anybody else coming in? You two down there?
Yeah, sure. I'll come in. We still have the note from the Baroness, right?
Try not to cry about.
The cost of Miku's.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
£5.
What about a third party Miku? Have you considered adopting?
Yeah, have you considered getting Niku's?
Okay. You all enter into the sort of lower area of the inn. Just as a figure is walking out to the carriage, you see a familiar figure. Magister Theron Law of the city of Farrenhall is walking out
shit.
towards you as you all walk in.
As a note, my face is different, and so is Darren's face.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's about as different as it can get.
The Magister sort of walks towards you all as you are walking in, doesn't recognize you, and that's where we're going to end the session for this evening. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening, everybody. I hope you all had fun. And yeah, we will be back. I think we're going to take a break next session, because I'm not sure that Lydia will be able to make it, but if Lydia is able to make it, then we shall make that session as well.
I
Thank you.
shall try my best.
If not,
Mm.
do you want to do a tangent bit of D&D that's got nothing to do with this?
I would.
Because I really want to run Mrs. Miggin's pie shop.
Yes.
You want to DM a session, Elfie?
One session, we're all level 1 characters.
So you want to DM a one shot?
And we're goblins.
You want to DM a one shot? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the
sure.
option then.
If
It's
we
going to be
can't-
regular session,
if-
or it's going to be Mrs. Miggin's pie shop.
Yeah.
What is
I mean,
Mrs. Miggin's pie shop?
What do you think, motherfucker? You're goblins running a pie shop.
Who's
Yeah.
Mrs. Miggins? Is she
Sure.
the head goblin?
If
Owner!
if
Blackadder
Ingvar
character.
can't make next session, Elfie can run a one shot, I guess.
Yep.
All right.
Can I
Ladies
run it on your channel?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't mind.
I don't stream anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. Thank you, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof for joining us this evening. We are going to go and raid Waste of Space. Why not? Thank you very much for joining us this evening. It has been most enjoyable. And we shall be back tomorrow for some stuff. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a very good evening and a very good night, and we'll see you all next time. Ta-ta for now.